Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives.
I'll take you for a ride.
All right, welcome everybody to Weisscast Going Places. I'm your host, Aaron Weiss, along with my co-host.
Hey guys, it's Bryant. Hope you're avoiding the flu.
Yeah, I hope you are too. Bryant, we are actually now the unofficial podcast of Butt Drugs in Corydon, Indiana.
I'm confused.
They're a pharmacy in Corydon, Indiana. Butt Drugs.
Butt drugs.
Yeah, they have a great commercial made by Rhett and Link. You can find that video on YouTube. I've been in Indiana this past few days visiting my brother. He's moving to Corydon, and Corydon is most well known for butt drugs.
Huh.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like
it
doesn't sound like it's a great place to live.
No, it's actually a really cool little town. There's a lot of cool things to do, and I'll talk about that more later.
Okay.
But do you think your iPhone has a joke to tell us?
I don't know. Let me ask it. Or her. Hey Siri, tell me a joke.
What do Alexander the Great, Winnie the Pooh, and Chance the Rapper have in common? Same middle name.
That's
Alexander the Great, Winnie the Pooh, Chance the Rapper. Well done.
Really, well done.
Well done, Siri. Well, that I'll take that. It's like a 6 out of 10.
That made me laugh for the first time in like a month with those jokes.
Yeah, pretty much. It's been rough sledding.
Mm-hmm.
So let's you wanna do us a favor while you are en route from location to give us the little jingle from around the
web. Time for some news. Hey Brian, how many topics do we have this week?
I think we have 6.
A baker's dozen.
A baker's dozen.
Let's get into them.
It's just not. It's a half dozen, but it's fine. So, the exclusivity clause that Electronic Arts has over the NFL is officially ending in 2021, which means that 2K will be able to make professional football games again. However,
I was about to say sort of.
However, they will be more along the kind of these more simulation style games, they will be non-simulation style games. Mm-hmm. So while it's going to be nice to have multiple outlets for football games, we're not getting the NFL 2K series back in the way that we're all used to.
Right.
What are you thinking about that?
So, from what I understand, is the non-simulation probably means more arcadey.
Yeah.
If we get NFL Blitz back, that's a win for everyone, I think.
Yeah.
Can you imagine Blitz on modern consoles? That'd be so much fun.
That would be a lot of fun. It's been a long time.
I know that EA made what was it? NFL Street, the NFL Street games.
Mm-hmm.
But if they kind of gave that license or whatever to 2K, that'd be a lot of fun too. Those street sports games were so fun back in the day. They had NBA Street as well. They're so much fun, and I think there's plenty of space for arcadey sports games. In fact, I think the market's kind of oversaturated with simulation sports games.
Mhm.
So I'm really looking forward to see what 2K is able to do with this newly reacquired.
Yeah, I think it'll be really interesting. Again, I completely agree. Just it'll be really interesting to see what 2K will do, kind of being back in the business of making football games. Now, the success of 2K and EA are kind of back and forth when it comes to sports. So EA has a very successful footballing franchise. Half of that has to do with them owning an exclusivity clause that is finally running out over making NFL related games or officially licensed NFL games. So not really a whole lot of competition there, which I think in turn has led to the decline of the Madden franchise as a whole. While 2K experiences a large amount of success with officially licensed NBA titles with the 2K games, but those have dipped in quality and are littered with microtransactions as well, which with the rise of kind of microtransaction disdain over the last 3 or 4 years, has seen kind of a dip in people's like love for 2K as well. So it'll be really interesting to see if those balance out. Maybe Madden will see a surge in productivity as well with having added competition from 2K, because competition keeps the market fresh. It keeps people on their toes and putting out their best work. So I think this would be something that's necessary for EA.
Yeah, and some people think that because of the potentially arcade-like nature of the deal between the NFL and 2K, they think that there could be mobile games released, and I think that makes a lot of sense as well. And I hope it's not exclusively mobile games, but perhaps smaller, maybe $15 to $20 titles available exclusively as digital games, which could come to mobile as well. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what this deal entails. The first one I think is set to come out, I'm assuming late next year. We'll see if that stays on track, but it's exciting.
Yeah, it is exciting. I think that's pretty much all I got for that.
Yeah.
What have you got? What's coming out this week?
So this is a great week for video games. Probably the best week of the year so far for video games. At the end of the week, on March 20th, we'll have not only Animal Crossing, but we'll also have Doom Eternal. Two very different games for widely different audiences, but you'd be surprised probably how much overlap there is.
Yeah.
I feel like all the podcasts that I listen to, everyone's excited about both of them. But I'm definitely getting Animal Crossing day one. I love Animal Crossing. I love kind of like it's like a life/farming sim, but with like a cutesy Nintendo twist. This will be the first multiplayer Animal Crossing I've played. I missed a new leaf on 3DS, and I'm really looking forward to playing with my friends that have Switch and who are also planning on getting the game. I'm not sure if you're planning on getting the game, but I'll let you talk about your Switch here in a few minutes.
Yeah.
But I didn't play Doom 2016, and I know I should have because I've heard that game's incredible. But I don't really have much hype for Doom Eternal. I recognize that it's probably going to be the single-player first-person shooter experience of the year, as far as gameplay and story, etc. But I haven't been into those games.
Yeah, Yeah, so as you mentioned, I purchased a Switch on Wednesday.
Yeah.
I actually purchased a Switch Lite.
Yeah.
So, for those of you who aren't aware, the Switch Lite is just the all handheld version of the Nintendo Switch. The Switch Lite has all of the functionality of a Switch outside of having the ability to dock to a TV and designated motion controls. So there are certain games that are available on Switch that are not compatible with Switch Lite, games like Super Mario Party 8, and some other motion controlled games that I have absolutely no interest in playing at all. And then there are some other games that have some workarounds built in, because of the lack of designated motion controls with the Switch Lite. But other than that, it's really nice. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed playing all 20 minutes of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild that I've played so far. So I'm actually planning on playing more of that this afternoon. But yeah, I've never played an Animal Crossing game, and I have been told by multiple people that it's an incredible franchise. So I think that might be the Switch game that I try to pick up at the end of the week, because I need more multiplayer games anyway. So I'm excited.
Really excited that you're getting it, and when I get home, I'm actually going to take a picture of my friend code and send it to you, so we can become friends on Switch, and we can play Animal Crossing, go to each other's islands.
Man, can't wait.
It's going to be so much fun.
I'm excited about it.
What you got next for us, Bryant?
Yeah, so this news is hot off the press. Hot off the press.
Whew.
And by that I mean that this news came out today. The NFL's Player Association has officially announced that they will be moving to a 17-game regular season starting in 2020.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so the official report says they voted in favor of the NFL owners' proposed collective bargaining agreement Sunday, meaning a 17 regular season game and expanded playoffs are on the way in the near future. It says that adding a 17th game was kind of a huge obstacle. They've been going back and forth about with this for a while. A lot of players are kind of opposed to it. Obviously, adding an extra game will be a large toll on the bodies of the players and things like that also. But they're expanding the playoffs as well. They are, make sure I can find this. The playoffs will be expanded to 7. The playoffs will be expanded to 7 teams in each conference.
Wow.
So 7 teams in each conference, and only 1 team in each conference will be receiving a first round bye. And this will be beginning later in 2020.
This is huge.
Yeah.
And obviously, it's kind of a move that's really good for the fans. Expanding the season 1 week, and then essentially, I don't know if the playoffs would last any longer with one more team, but in my mind, at least it would last like another week. Right?
Might last 1 more week.
Yeah. So this is really, really interesting. I kind of wish that it had come with the news of like a couple expansion teams or something like that. How cool would that have been? Like just out of nowhere, you got 2 new expansion teams or something like that.
Yeah.
But I think, yeah, like I was saying, I think for fans, this is a great, great thing. And, you know, when it's all said and done, like, at most, players are getting 2 weeks extra. And not even every player, just, like, players for teams that are in the, like, top 2 seeds. Or, you know, whatever. And, like, just happen to move on through the playoffs. Um, I don't know how much 1 week of difference is on like fatigue and like um and but the NFL I feel like has the longest off season of them all.
Yeah.
And granted they need it, but I don't think 1 week is going to be that detrimental for players.
Yeah. The interesting thing is they're saying that an extra regular season game will be played annually starting sometime in the next 4 years, but it won't occur during the upcoming season. So
okay.
sometime within the next 4 years, but it won't occur in the upcoming season. But the interesting thing is that starting because of the new CBA vote that took place, the NFL teams, since all of this has been agreed, teams are not allowed to use franchise tags and transition tags in this offseason. So the Cowboys can't franchise tag Dak Prescott.
Right.
Or Amari Cooper. And
Yeah.
so, which I know that they were planning on trying to do that if they couldn't come to an agreement on like a big long-term deal. They're like, we'll just tie it down for now, and then we'll talk about it again in a year. But now that's not an option. So that's be really interesting to see how this current vote shakes up the NFL offseason.
Yeah, that really makes a huge difference, especially for Dallas, who has so many players that probably could get paid a lot.
Yeah.
I don't see the argument that Dak deserves to get paid. He just hasn't produced.
Yeah.
But like Amari Cooper, he's been good both places he's been, and like he could easily go to another team and be the deciding factor for them to be a playoff contender, a Super Bowl contender.
Yeah.
I feel like Tennessee Titans specifically were a wide receiver away from being in the Super Bowl last year. But I mean, they got their own problems. They need to lock down what's his name? Their running back.
Derrick Henry.
Yeah, Derrick Henry, because he's off his contract now. He's off his rookie contract.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that new rule specifically is the most. It's probably the most interesting specifically for this season, because you were saying the extended season won't happen for another couple years or so. But yeah, I'm interested to see how this offseason is crazy. Like they're already kind of shaping up the drama with Tom Brady's the decision.
Yeah. Just outrageous.
It is. I mean, I feel like if he gets given the opportunity, he'll stay at New England. And then just retire there when he's 45, like his plan.
Yep.
But they're just trying to hype up the decision.
Yep. You're not fooling anyone, Tom.
One time.
What else you got for us there?
So, yesterday I got to see the newest Pixar movie, Onward.
Mm-hmm.
And it stars Chris Pratt and Tom Holland, and they play two brothers. And the whole premise of the movie is like it is this magical world, and at a certain point, the creatures, the inhabitants of the world, were tired of relying on wizardry and magic, and so like they kind of leaned into science and like engineering and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And like their world very much mirrors our world. So like magic kind of went extinct, or almost extinct. It went dormant. And so the whole premise of the movie is Tom Holland's character Ian and Chris Pratt's character Barley are, teenagers. I think in the movie Barley's like 19 and Tom Holland or Ian is 16.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really say it, except for Ian. Ian is 16. But they live with their mom, and their dad had passed away when Ian was a baby.
Mm.
And on Ian's 16th birthday, he receives a gift that his dad wanted him and his brother to have after they were both older than 16. And it's this staff with a magical stone that can bring him back to life for one day. And as you can imagine, like in the trailer, like you see that it doesn't work. It only half works. It only his legs. So it's their quest to see their dad get another magical stone and bring him back to life. And it's so good. Both Pixar movies this year are Pixar originals. They're not sequels, which I kind of get mad at Pixar for doing so many sequels. Like, I don't think Toy Story 4 should exist.
Yeah.
But Onward is so good, and especially it's very heartwarming, and like it's like a classic Pixar movie. Like it'll tug at your heartstrings, especially for people who have lost a parent, or happen to have a really solid sibling relationship. I said this when I was talking to my brother about it. I was like, Onward is a deep look at the brother relationship, while Frozen was a deep look at the sister relationship.
Yeah.
So it's very much like it's equal in that, and I mean, it's gotten really good reviews. It doesn't have as good of a viewer score as I thought it would. I mean, it's like 75%, whereas like critically it's like 87%. But it's an incredible movie, and I highly recommend it. Especially like, if you're bored on a $5 Tuesday or something. It's a great time at the movies, and it's really funny. Like, Pixar does comedy and can pull your heartstrings like really well.
Yeah, they've got great writers over there.
They really do.
And I love all of Pixar's shorts. Honestly,
Yes.
like if you have Disney Plus, you can go to Pixar's library, and there's an entire subsection within that library of just their 8-minute shorts. I mean, one of my favorites is Kit Bull. I love Kit Bull. And they've got some other ones. There was a newer one that came out recently that I haven't seen yet. Yeah, they know how to tell incredible stories, and that's because they have storyboards that they map out kind of, this is what like the perfect story needs to have. You have to have all of these things in this order, or at least in some semblance of this order, to get the response out of people that you want. I love Pixar. I want to go and see Onward. I haven't had the opportunity to yet, but I plan to.
Yeah. So it's interesting that you bring up the shorts, because short for Onward is actually Simpsons, of course, just recently got brought into the Disney family with the acquisition of Fox, and this short is the best thing the Simpsons have done since the Simpsons movie. It's really good. There's it focuses around Maggie, and that's all I'm gonna say. It's really good, and honestly, I mean, you could just go see the Simpsons short and be satisfied. Like,
Yeah.
but obviously the event to go see is Onward. Really, really good, really funny. Yeah, I recommend it.
It's good. Well, from a really well-loved, well-reviewed, maybe not by maybe not by the public, but that's okay. People like to go with their gut reactions, and those are often incomplete just by nature. So
True.
people will become, as people begin to kind of mull over the movie, they'll begin to appreciate all of it, opposed to small little things here and there. From that to, obviously, coronavirus is doing its thing, and it's a lot worse than people assumed. And a lot of people's favorite places that they like to go eat or go visit, or conferences, or that they were going to attend either for fun or for work, are probably going to be canceled as a result of this. And we've talked ad nauseum on Wisecast about things that have been canceled, whether it's, the Emerald City Comic Con, or anything that just different tech related conferences. E3 is officially canceled. We've been talking about it for the past few weeks. It's probably going to get canceled. It officially has been canceled because of the spread of coronavirus, and just for the general safety of these developers, workers. So that's really all I'm going to say about that, because we don't really need to talk more about coronavirus. We understand how devastating it's been in places like Italy and China, and how much panic and hysteria it's causing around the world. And now precautions are being taken to try to stave off the spread of it. And while having your favorite things, like, for example, I was going to go and see Hamilton at the Fox on April 9th. I'm probably not going to be able to see Hamilton now.
Oh, wow.
And that's okay, because I would rather people not get sick. I'd rather the cast not get sick. I'd rather people that I'm with, or people that are going, that would otherwise be there, to not get sick, or be at higher risk of getting sick, than to see something that I really enjoy, and I can always go see Hamilton later. So yeah, that's really all I got to say about that.
Yeah, so E3 being canceled is a huge deal, because it is the premier expo for gaming in the industry. And a lot of new games are touted, and people are really looking forward to it this year because of console releases, console unveils. Jeez, guy's tire just blew next to me.
That's what that noise was.
Yeah. Anyways, I think that it's a huge bummer that it's canceled, but I wonder how many people in the industry are actually a little bit relieved. From what I understand, is it is a huge ordeal to coordinate all these meetings, all these behind closed doors video game demos that you get, and we already know that Nintendo has been doing their Treehouse Direct thing for the past few years. Xbox has already said that they are going to do a that style kind of virtual press conference, and I'd be surprised if other studios and game developers like Ubisoft or Square Enix didn't follow suit.
Right.
So really, I don't think it's that bad for the fans of games. We're still going to get the unveils. We're still going to get all this stuff. It's just going to be in a different format. It's not going to be all at once in front of a live audience, which is really fun to see. I will say that. I think it's more entertaining to watch Phil Spencer in front of a huge studio, or a huge gathering, as opposed to watching the Nintendo Treehouse Direct. But I mean, like you're saying, like these precautions need to be taken, and I hope that we have some headway by then on a cure or a vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, the future is so uncertain, so murky right now. Yeah, we're just gonna have to kind of roll with the punches, and I'd be surprised if these announcements that they were planning on making at E3 were still, like, if they were not announced around the same time that they were planning on. So, like, if during the week that E3 was supposed to happen, if they all decided to drop their direct style video or whatever.
Yeah, and that was something I was going to touch on if you didn't, but I'm glad that you did, because E3 was more trafficked and had more importance before the rise and explosion of social media. I mean, I feel like developers and publishers work just as hard at figuring out all of these things behind what are we going to put together, whether it's in engine or actually in game, that we can reveal and show at events like E3. But then with E3 you have EA Play that takes place around the same time, and you can't even just watch E3 anymore. You have to watch all of these different conferences around the same time to get all of the information about what's going to be happening in gaming over the next year. And with E3 not happening, people will be able to just release things as they please. And I hope, and they work just as hard on coming up with those trailers and those drops on social media as they do trying to figure out what they're going to do with E3. And so not having that will open the door for more creativity. But that's also if people are working, given what's going on with this as well. So just watch all of your favorite publishers and developers in regards to video games and console releases and announcements and different things like that. You just got to follow all the people and all the things on Twitter and Facebook and whatever, and follow places like IGN and Game Informer and Kotaku and Polygon, those people who will do the groundwork for you if you don't feel like doing that yourself.
And I have been assured, like, I listened to GameScoop and Xbox or Podcast Unlocked on IGN regularly, and they have assured that they are set up to they can work remotely. They can record podcasts remotely like we do. So their content won't suffer if things get worse, or I should say, no, that's too pessimistic. I was going to say when things get worse. It's probably going to get worse before it gets better, but I don't think that it'll get so bad to where, like, the mail shuts down. Like, like, I don't think it'll be that bad. But I think that it's good that so many jobs are able to work remotely. I've seen so many heartwarming stories of professional athletes banding together to make sure that the hourly employees are still paid. The Atlanta United owner, Arthur Blank, has said that hourly workers will still be paid despite not being able to work during Atlanta United home games. People are really banding together during this tough time, and I think that it's just it. I mean, it is what it is. It's like it's tough, but people are figuring it out.
Yep. And I will say right now, next week's episode of Weisscast, you can guarantee that we will not mention anything about coronavirus whatsoever. Now, I'm going to say that, and like someone important in the video game industry is going to like pass away because of it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to eat my words. But
And our vow to not mention coronavirus is just kind of in line with President Trump's advice that he tweeted out yesterday: social distancing.
Which you retweeted, so prepare for your backlash there, buddy.
I didn't even
You retweeted it.
I didn't really retweet it. I took a screenshot of it and then tweeted the picture of it, so it didn't count as a retweet.
I don't know, man. It almost counts as a shared tweet.
That's fair.
Which is worse. That means you liked it so much that you wanted everyone else to see it.
I thought it was hilarious. That's
It is
all.
hilarious. It is hilarious. Social distancing.
Social distancing.
He's got his little all caps phrases that he says. Social distancing is right up there with total exoneration.
It's also up there with a new low.
Forgot about a new low. A new low. Social distancing. Total exoneration.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Anyway, tell us about your travels.
Okay, so like I was saying earlier, my brother moved to Corydon, Indiana, which I said was most famous for butt drugs. But it's kind of astonishing, like this town. It's the size of the town that you and I both went to college in. And so you would think that there's not much there, but they have their own movie theater. And it was actually really nice. I would put it up there with like the movie theater that you and I used to go to all the time, the one in Opelika, which like at least on the inside. On the outside, it doesn't look as nice, but on the inside, it has been completely redone. It's super nice. They have a bunch of things to do. There's all kinds of, if you're familiar with this part of the U.S., there are all kinds of caverns and stuff to go explore. And there were, I want to say 3 within driving distance, or 3 within 30 minutes of Corydon, 1 within 10 minutes. So like right there in the city limits. They're really artsy. They have like all kinds of arts festivals and stuff. Like they have some kind of big festival thing every month, and a lot of them are focused on arts. There's this really cool like glass blowing shop.
Glass blowing is cool.
It really is. And for a town that size, you wouldn't think that there would be anything that cool there, but there's also a good coffee shop, some really good restaurants. And I was just blown away with how much there was to do in this tiny town. And it turns out that there's a couple manufacturing facilities there. I know that there's one facility that makes, I think, the frames for some Subaru cars. But also there is a Tyson processing facility for chicken.
Tyson chicken, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, you can find out what makes a Subaru and get your Tyson chicken in the same place.
It's so true.
Sign me up.
There was some big time chain restaurants too, like besides like the usual fast food stuff. There was like a Cracker Barrel, which you wouldn't expect in a town of 3,000, and like an O'Charlie's. But there was a really good winery that we went to, or wanted to go to. It was kind of rainy, and the tour of the vineyard was canceled because of the rain. But I think it was just such a cool little town, and it made me really want to go to a bunch of towns, like small towns, like hidden gems across America in like each state. And that's kind of what I want to say. I wanted to see how this segment would do. It's a new segment. It's not really something that we usually talk about on Wisecast. And if it's something people are interested in, maybe I can highlight some small towns that I've been to that I think are really cool and continue to travel and find other small towns that are really cool. Little hidden gems, and like maybe make its own podcast out of it. Because I really do. I really enjoy traveling. I enjoy podcasting. And it'd be cool to have.
And he enjoys what makes the Subaru a Subaru.
I do, and you know what, Subaru, if you're ever listening to this, we need another unofficial sponsor. I'll take a 2002 Outback because I know it'll be just fine.
It's true, it'll still work. Subaru make great cars.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a really cool little town with a surprising amount to do in the town, and I'm really glad that my brother and his wife are moving there. I actually originally went to help them move, but their lender was being stupid and messing around, and so the closing got pushed until tomorrow. So I was able to do very little. I helped load some boxes of theirs in a U-Haul. Helped them get rid of a couch, but I was not able to help them settle in their new house. But yeah, it's a great little town in southern Indiana. If you think Indiana and you think a bunch of flat farmland, you're mostly right, but southern Indiana is pretty hilly, and they actually live on top of their new house is on top of a pretty tall, like, grassy knoll, and it has great views, and it's kind of like how Leslie Knope talks about Pawnee.
Which doesn't exist, by the way.
Which doesn't exist, but I have to think that Corydon is the closest thing to Pawnee in existence.
I think it'd be interesting to have a conversation with, like, the writers or the creators of Parks and Recreation, and to see if there was a small town in Indiana that they took, or a small town anywhere that they took kind of inspiration for Pawnee from.
Yeah. That would be really interesting.
If I find, let it be known that if I find something about that this week, I will specifically talk about it next week on Wisecast.
So it is said, so it shall be.
So if I don't talk about it, just assume I haven't, found anything.
Yeah.
Or that nothing exists. So don't email us feedback about, well, you said you say this and you didn't, because, yeah.
I guess from there, it's time to bring us into TV show 20 questions, and I believe it's your turn to guess.
Yeah. Just trying to stop the bleeding.
I have a show, but I got to be real honest. I don't have any good hints or good. I have one decent hint, but I don't know exactly the time frame when the show was released. And I'm not able to look it up because I'm driving.
Okay, well, just tell me what it is, and then I'll guess it. Dang it. All right.
I have a time frame. All right, since I don't know the exact date, and in order to let you not waste questions, I will give you the time frame. The time frame is it was released between 2000 or it was definitely on air. It might have not been released, but it was definitely on air between 2005 and 2010.
Okay.
So I don't know if it started before 2005, but it was definitely on air at that time.
All right, between 2005 and 2010. Okay, cool. Is it live action?
No.
So animated.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, wait. I'll still only one question, but yes.
So it's not acted out by real people.
Correct.
They were drawn people.
Correct.
Okay. So is it a Fox show?
No.
Okay. Is it a Nickelodeon show?
Yes.
Is it My Life as a Teenage Robot?
No.
Man, what if it was? Nickelodeon show. Male protagonist
Yes.
centered around an individual, opposed to a centered around a family
Family or group.
or group. Okay. Does it share an animation style with another show? Like
No.
very intentionally.
Oh no.
Okay. Kind of like, so I was thinking like Danny Phantom and Fairly Odd Parents.
Right.
They intentionally share an animation style. So surrounds a group animated show, Nickelodeon, and very specifically like Nickelodeon, like specifically, so not like Nick Jr. or like any of that stuff.
Correct.
Okay. Is this show... I don't want to ask a voice actor question because I don't know any voice actors that did Nickelodeon stuff off the top of my head, really. So I'm not even gonna
Actually,
ask.
the only one that I know is Tara Reid, who did Timmy Turner.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Popularity of the show, is it like on a like through the roof popularity wise?
No, I would say it's probably not on anyone's top 5.
Not on anyone's top 5.
Nicktoons.
Okay, so it's a Nicktoons show then. I mean,
yeah,
not all animated shows on Nickelodeon are Nicktoons.
Oh, I didn't know that. Sorry, I didn't mean to throw you off. It's probably not a Nicktoon.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't know that was a separate thing.
Well, I could be wrong. In my mind, I thought that Nicktoons stopped at a certain point. Like, they stopped referring to them as Nicktoons. So,
oh, yeah. No, you're right. I think that was a 90s thing.
Yeah, it's like a 90s to early 2000s. So like Rugrats is a Nicktoon, Rocko's Modern Life is a Nicktoon, Angry Beavers is a Nicktoon, but like the more modern ones like Danny Phantom's a Nicktoon, Fairly Odd Parents is a Nicktoon, all that stuff. So, okay.
Right. It's probably not a Nicktoon.
Probably not a Nicktoon.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, Wild Thornberrys is a Nicktoon, As Told by Ginger's a Nicktoon. Dang, if it's not anybody's top 5, that just like, I literally just crossed an entire list out of my mind. And it's probably on there, knowing my luck. Oh my gosh. Is this show superhero related?
No, that's 10.
Okay, that's 10. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get to 20. Between 2005 and 2010. Not on anybody's top 5.
Man. I mean, probably not.
Probably.
I'd be surprised if it was.
More than likely. Oh, gosh. I honestly have no idea. Can I just have my hint now?
Sure. The hint is it focuses around 3 non-human beings.
3 non-human beings. I'm not gonna... What? Oh my gosh. So the show centers around 3 non-human beings.
Correct.
Holy, dude. Oh my gosh. What the heck? Okay. Are any of these characters, are they red?
I don't think so.
Oh man. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest. You can count this as a guess. The minute you said 3 non-human beings, the only thing that came to mind was Our Real Monsters. It centers around 3 non-humans. One of them's a candy cane. Looks like a candy cane. But Our Real Monsters is not 2005. I do not know. I am at a loss.
You gonna give up at 12?
I think because I don't really have a proper time frame, so I can't
That's true.
whittle it down.
Yeah.
It's difficult.
I meant to do a little bit more research on this before I got on the road, so I could better give hints.
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't happen.
All good.
So, released sometime in the early 2000s. I think it lasted for 2 seasons. Cat Scratch.
I've never even heard of that.
It was actually a pretty funny show. It had very Ed and Eddie vibes.
Okay.
But it was cats. Yeah, it was an interesting show. I mean, it was definitely not up there with the upper echelon of SpongeBob, Fairly Odd Parents, Rugrats. But it was a decent show.
Man, I could have had the year and day, and I would have never seen Cat Scratch. Oh well. C'est la vie. The bleeding continues.
No, what was that, 4 in a row?
It's 4 in a row, yeah.
Yeet.
But when you give me stuff like Cat Scratch.
All right.
I've never even heard of it. It's all
Well,
good.
folks, that's all for Weisscast Going Places, which actually might be the name of the spin-off podcast if I get to go to places.
That's going places.
I'm your host, Aaron Weiss. You can find me at Instagram and Twitter at The Weiss is Right. Find Weisscast at Weisscast on Instagram. If you're feeling like being awesome, support us on Patreon. Patreon.com/Weisscast. You get the full video episode uncut with a little bit of pre-show that we do every week. And you know what? We need to come up with other incentives because people don't really want to see us.
We're handing out bottles of Purell.
Handing out bottles of Purell.
O'Malley's and Purell.
Homemade
Purell. It's like liquid gold right now, man.
Liquid
and
gold.
In like 3 weeks, people are going to be buying cars for like 2 bottles of Purell and 6 baby wipes. I'm telling you.
It's true. If you have any feedback at weisscast.com. Shoot us an email. I'll get to it eventually. Bryant, where can they find you?
On the old Instagram and Twitter at BKStinson08.
That, folks, is all we have this week. Our outro is the Super Mario Delfino Plaza remix by Kumu. Find them. It's QUMU. You can find them on SoundCloud as well as YouTube. I'd probably search YouTube first because that's where I searched first. But we will spin the track, and we will see you next week.
Later.